marching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A handoff for Etienne. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run with Etienne. And trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Jones. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Dancing to his left. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Albert O, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw pulled in by Marshall.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Play action. It's Herbert. For Marshall, that's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Going for it. Here's Etienne.
And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now, right? The opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
They'll run with Elliott. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Marshall.
2nd down and 7.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Sliding out of the pocket. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw here, Herbert. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, Herbert.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And we're in the middle part of the season where each week starts to become a little more important, and especially this, Charles, being a division matchup.
Yeah, you haven't fired the...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
2nd and 20.
The give is to Elliott. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
some of the most unselfish players on any football team? Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
This one fielded at the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Herbert off of play action. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And the Bengals on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Herbert.
They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Chase Young.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the Bengals on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Bowden now to return.
He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, But this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing Jones. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Off play action. Jones. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Rolling to his right, and he wisely will throw that one away.
These two teams met in Baltimore, you might remember earlier in the year, with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, he's going to rifle one deep left side.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed.
And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half, but that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think you got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert looking downfield for Godwin. He's got a man. Complete. The 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
77 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. That ball caught by Slayton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. Now Jones on 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right.
This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line down at the 2. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. On 1st down, it's Herbert. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Chase Young able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Both these teams getting a chance to dry out. Maybe change their cleats if need be. But halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you. And we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The return man, Ty Johnson. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Eluding the pressure right. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. A first down carry by Elliott. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On third down, Elliott. Bull Bulldozes past him, and he will have a Ravens first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Jones on first down. He'll buy some time right. He'll get that complete to Albert O. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Working with a 2nd and 3. On the counter, Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Looking to throw. Jones. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And this one is right through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting... And he loses the football a 2nd time, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Fumbles, that's how you get in the coach's doghouse. The first one lost and it hurt. This time you lose it and it's taken in for a score. It really hurt.
And about that doghouse, it won't exactly be comfortable, and it definitely won't be air-conditioned.
Milk bones?
None.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now ETN to start the drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that's complete to ETN out of the backfield. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert flushed out right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Chris Godwin, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is down to 24. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Johnson now returning. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about
themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
That's complete. Okuegbunam.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jones. Flush to his right. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
118 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
This is Elliott. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but
Let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. Elliott. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
Second down and goal. Jones, and it's caught. Touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 6. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Another tote for Etienne. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Here's Herbert. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. A shotgun snap and again to Etienne. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Elliott a first down and more. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 12. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this one's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now Jones. Running right through him. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
2nd down and 8. Herbert now. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Odafe Oweh. 20, 10, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively? Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Chase Young able to record his 5th sack of the season. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points